Hey everyone, my name is Mel, and I am so excited to be here with you today. I want to start by thanking the awesome ladies at Audacity for giving me the opportunity to have this session and share a little bit about my journey with all of you. Let's get started. So this session is titled Life's Palette of Healing and Hope, because if I had to give a title to my Web3 and art journey experience, that's what I would call it. I hope that through this session and by sharing some of my personal experiences that I am able to help the other artists out there. So here are three things about me. The first image is what you'll see as my profile picture on most social media platforms. And I think it captures really well the person I am on the inside. I'm a very private person, and so you won't see a lot of photographs of me on social media. I think that Web3 has helped me open up a little bit more and connect with more people and kind of share more about myself that I just wouldn't in the past. As a person who is very reserved and quiet, um, someone who suffers from anxiety, I think it has really helped me push myself and come out of that bubble. The second photo is my little family. We took this photo in front of the waterfall at Expo 2020, which is in Dubai. So that just tells you where I'm based and located. It's my home and a place that I love and feel very safe at. Um, Dubai is a place that has people of so many diverse backgrounds and cultures come together. And so uh, I think that is one of the best parts about being in a place like this. And the third photo over here is when I took a group of students to Greece for an international trip. So that just tells you that I'm also an educator. Um, and I think a lot of what I do as an educator is also kind of it seeps into my everyday life as well. And so my goal today is to share with you some of the reasons why I create art and to show you that there's so much that goes into creating art and how it can really help you become a more well-rounded individual and the different perspectives that it allows you to see. Um, I think it's most important that the art that you're creating, the process that you're going through, that you're enjoying it and you're having fun with it. Because if it is not fun, if you're not enjoying the process, then you're not going to like what you create, at least for me. Um, Again, being a private and reserved person, an introvert, I call myself a social introvert, if you may. It's sometimes really hard for me to express my feelings into words. And so art really helps me with that. And I'll show you some examples of that later on. I am obsessed with dreams. I have been obsessed with dreams since I was younger. I like psychoanalyze them. I have a book of dreams that I often refer to. And so I used to suffer from nightmares when I was younger, but somehow bad dreams can make really cool art. I also use art to meditate and calm my nerves. And I wish I learned that sooner because it would have helped with a lot of difficult years of my life. And then finally, my ultimate goal is to become a full-time artist. We're not quite there yet, but here's hoping that the art that I create now kind of help build my portfolio. Oh yeah, so here are two pieces that I created just to kind of remind myself that not every piece of art is created to make a sale. So the first one over here is something that I created when I was going through a time when, just like many other artists, I wasn't making a lot of sales. This is Web3. And so I didn't mince this one. I created it just to tell myself, hey, you know you're good, believe in yourself, create something for fun. The second one, and as you go through some of the pieces, you'll see that this is a very different color palette for me. And so this one again was not created for sales. It was a free mint. And it's just to celebrate women, celebrate powerful women, mainly thinking of a couple of women in my life. And so it's titled Blossom. And the goal was to capture in this image, not just the beauty of these women, but how such amazing individuals they are, and how they give back to their community, they pay it forward, and without expecting anything back in return. So this was dedicated to them. This is an example of kind of channeling the negativity around you, the obstacles, into something positive, positive being art. You'll see that if you really think and dig deeper into it, both these artworks have a deeper meaning, and they come from a place of darkness, I would say, but my color palette kind of doesn't shout that out. The first one actually is an animation, but I couldn't play it during this presentation. I tried, but technology was not being helpful. So if you are interested in seeing that, you can head over to my Twitter and find it over there. Artists use symbols, sometimes little Easter eggs hidden here and there within their artwork. And I think sometimes we do it subconsciously, sometimes it's more intentional, sometimes it's more apparent. And through this, we share our little experiences. A person like me does it without sharing, without oversharing. And it's almost like that need that you need to express yourself. You need to get it out there, but you also don't want everyone to know your whole personal story, but it's just a way of putting it on paper, not in writing, through drawing. And it's not just the end product that kind of helps with this therapeutic process. It's the whole process of it. Every brush stroke, every draft or sketch helps with this healing process. At least for me, it does. And so what I have learned about myself is that when I was younger, I used to create more spontaneous art, whereas now it's a lot more planned, and where I do multiple sketches and I do drafts and compositions that are detailed. I really think about the color and the palette and the strokes a lot more. And when I do compare the art that I created back then, I say back then, a few years ago to now, I wish I continued to take the same risks that I did back then, and I wish I continued to be as brave. And so that's what I'm trying out right now, to take more risks with my art and to celebrate and not just focus on the negative sides. I force myself to create pieces like this where I celebrate my achievements, my little milestones, goals that I have achieved, and to celebrate others, specifically women. So the first one is, if I had to summarize it in one word, I would say self-love. And the second piece here, I created for the Philippine blockchain event that took place last year. And it's dedicated to the 3 Filipinas in my life. Living in a place like Dubai with so many diverse backgrounds and cultures and people coming together, I have the opportunity to have a lot of Filipino friends. And one thing that I did that I admire about them is that even in moments of, hardships, they somehow seek and follow and spread joy and happiness. And I really, really, really appreciate that about them. Another thing that creating art has helped me with is to learn and grow. So these two pieces were created using AI, and I thought that I would be the last person to explore AI and that it was cheating. But I have to say, I've had so much fun with it. It's a lot of prompting and prompting and then prompting some more. But uh, I used Midjourney to create both of these, and then I put it in Procreate and add my final touches. And these were both dedicated to my sisters because I have one sister that has a dog, and I have another sister who has adopted and like rescued and adopted 4 cats. So these were dedicated to my sisters using AI, learning, growing, really putting myself out there and trying out new things. This has to be one of my proudest ones so far. So last year for Women's History Month, I reached out to 6 women artists and asked them if they would like to create a collaborative dynamic NFT. And so if you look closely at this picture on the left, you'll see a lot of different things happening, but this piece is titled Embrace Equity. And so each artist did her part, and we have one layer created by each artist. And so the NFT would kind of evolve as each artist added their piece to it. I absolutely loved doing this because something like this would be very difficult to do in real life, with having these artists from different continents and backgrounds come together to create something physical. For some people, traveling and doing all of that just would not be an option. So I love that I got the chance to do this. And as I was thinking and reflecting on this, I said to myself, I have to do this again this year. Maybe make it an annual uh, thing, an event. So I have reached out to some women artists again. I actually have it on, I just posted it on Twitter. If you identify as a woman and you want to be part in creating this collaborative art piece, to reach out to me. So that's why I have that coming soon for 2024. Maybe I'd say a week and a bit after this conference. I hope that you all get to see what we created this year. So here's a QR code that will take you to my On Cyber gallery. The way that I've organized my gallery is so that half of it is kind of all the work that I have collected over, not all the work, I would say work that really has inspired me. When I joined the Web3 space, my main goal was to sell art. And so I just wanted to sell art. I wanted to have my art in as many wallets as possible. And then somehow along the way, I ended up collecting more art than selling. So I wanted to also highlight all those artists that I collected work from. So half of my gallery is dedicated to them, to celebrate them. And the other half is my work, both minted and unminted. And that is all. So thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I would love for you to connect and pop in and say hello. I have my socials over here, and I really look forward to hearing back from you. Thank you, and bye.